the perverted blessing on those who practice such. In other words, there are people who applaud those people that do evil. And actually, the applauders of evil might even be worse than the people that do the evil, because they are legitimizing the evil. Now, the other day I was in the post office, and there was a commemorative stamp with Ellen DeGeneres' face on it, and her eyes are beaming bright with this great joy. And there's something about the stamp that bothers you. You don't know what it is. But then when you go back to Bereshit, to Genesis chapter 3, verse 16, you see that the woman was given that her desire would be for the male, and that this would be for the procreation of children. And this was God's order. This is the way he designed it. This is the way he built it. Now, can you imagine if you worked at Lockheed or somewhere, and you had spent all this time working on the very aircraft that was shanghaied on 9/11, those guys come in, and instead of following the rules, they come in, they are counterfeit travelers. They're not real travelers. They're actually terrorists. And they're only seeming to be nice little guys that are sitting in the tourist class or whatever. And what do? They barge into the cabin, and the pilot is the only one that's supposed to be in there. And then they slit his throat. They drag the body back. They let him bleed out and die right in front of the terrified passengers. And there he's sitting. And now they're going to turn this aircraft into a missile, and they're going to kill even more people with 9/11. Can you imagine if you had actually worked at Lockheed or somewhere, and you had actually carefully built that vessel? Can you imagine how angry you would be that it would be subverted like that? That the very nature that it was designed to be would be subverted. Can you imagine? Well, listen, you've got to imagine that. You've got to try to think about that and wrap your mind about that, because this, if you don't do that, you won't understand the first chapter of Romans. Because the reason God is angry is because when Ellen DeGeneres tries to be a husband and to be married to a woman, and when she dresses like a man with the trousers and goes down the aisle, and there's this mock marriage and this mock thing with supposed husband and wife, this is an abomination to God. And he makes this clear so many times in Leviticus, in Genesis, in Deuteronomy, in 1 Corinthians. Not only that, but these people are going to perish. They will not inherit the kingdom of God.